The Post! This film takes place in the 70s during the infamous publication of the Pentagon Papers. After the White House sues the failing New York Times for being fake news, the Washington Post must decide whether or not it's going to also publish the papers and risk the wrath of the president. The film stars Meryl Streep as the first woman to own a newspaper. I mean, these days, woman being in charge of a company or a newspaper is really nothing to be, excited about, but this was a big deal back in the day. It goes along with the current of feminism that goes throughout the entire film. Pretty early on in the film, a lot of people like talking down to her, or just like essentially treating her as she doesn't have the same rights as them. As a result, at the beginning of the film, she comes across as kind of timid and unsure of herself. But this all changes by the end of the film when she really comes into her own. By the end of the film, she's pretty much commanding the room, and it really is gratifying to see this kind of progression in a film because we haven't really seen much of that from the other films that I've reviewed this year. I mean, in Darker Star and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and to a lesser extent Molly's Game, these have all starred characters who are very confident in themselves, which you don't really get from Streep's character in this until the end. So instead of being a strong character from the get-go, she gets there, and as a result, you're a lot more invested in what's going on. The way it explores feminism is also interesting as well. Like, we have some scenes where, like, women are talking about fashion stuff and the men in the other room are talking about politics. It kind of builds up the atmosphere that was going on at the time. That women were into fluff and housework while the men did all the real work. Thank God that was just the thing in the 70s. We don't have a problem with women feel like they aren't being respected in today's society. This world is horrible. What isn't horrible is Tom Hanks, who takes up the role of the second main character, and he's playing one of his more assholey roles, but at the same time there is a very likability about him. Everyone else is just kind of alright, but when Hanks is in a scene with everybody else, it feels like he's bringing them up to his level. I especially love the way that the dynamic between him and Streep changed throughout the film. When they first see them together, he's willing to talk down to her or talk over her. There is kind of a sense that he doesn't fully respect her, but by the end, he fully just sees her as the person in charge, and he's completely happy with that. And I really like that through him we do get to see kind of this undercurrent. It isn't like, really overt. Like, he's not like being completely sexist and putting her down. But there is still a sense that, like, he's portraying the attitudes of the times. The attitudes of the times back then, not the times right now. What the hell? We think we'd be over America's censoring its media and women feel like they're treated like second-class citizens. No, that's been brought back. But in all seriousness, I do like that it takes both of these elements that feel very relevant today, tragically relevant, and feels like it portrays them both very equally. It doesn't feel like one's given precedent over the other, or one's getting in the way of telling the story that they want to tell. Themes were explored both through visual and through our characters. So go to the final conclusion, I really like Meryl Streep, I really like Tom Hanks, and like the themes explored. So it's an 8 out of 10. It's difficult to tell what I think would elevate this to a 10 out of 10, but maybe it's more to do with my own personal taste. I'm more into stuff that will make me laugh at times, or things that have got a unique style to them. Again, like Molly's Game or 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But still, I highly recommend this if you can get past a lot of talking about stocks and politics. From now on, I think I'm going to stick with the political dramas that include Jack Bauer, thank you very much. In the meantime, I highly recommend this film. Take care now, bye bye then.